And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. Presented by Hiram and Solomon Cigars, the Oliva Cigar family, and the J.C. Newman Cigar Company. Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
All right.
Oh,
here we are.
Hey.
Election night.
Yeah, welcome.
It is election night.
I think Bob said erection night. That's what I thought.
It's gonna be a long
We're
night
not
from
broadcasting from the
That'll
bottom.
be a long night from Bob.
And so it begins.
Wow.
Look at that dais with those 4 characters down there. Not one of them has a hair on their head.
No.
Congratulations, guys.
What happens when you get here in Margaritaville?
Once you get to Florida, you lose all your hair. You know why? It's too damn hot. So
All right, I'll be there on Thursday. Let me see. I'll join you. Can't wait. Welcome, everybody, to another great cigar and pipe show. We got an exciting guest coming on, and we hope we can take your mind off of what's going on with the elections tonight. Hang out and chill with us, and let's have some fun. We got a wonderful friend, a sponsor, Mr. Greg Free, and he's got a fantastic cigar line that we're going to talk about this evening. And you know what? All I can ask is everybody, please hit your share button. Let's get Greg around the world here. And for all you newbies,
in 80 minutes.
or in 80 minutes at least, let's go that way. Just let's introduce ourselves to all you newbies out there. I'm Ronnie Pecorini. Down to my left tonight is going to be Kyle Jesso, my Tampa buddy.
Good evening, everyone.
And down below, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves because, you know, that should be quite interesting. So I'm going to first say, let's go with the one, the only, the Chooch master himself, cousin
Hello,
Frank.
everyone. Hello, everyone. We brought a panel of judges tonight because this is their first time smoking a Fortaleza Y Libre cigar. So
I'm not going to say who I am.
Bob doesn't know. Bob doesn't know where he is. He's drinking. Listen,
What am I, Biden?
I need the bottle here because this is what happens when you drink too much. You wind up being like Bob.
Incognito.
We're drinking some Bush.
But I got the
Mills
bushwhacker.
And
I got the Bushwhacker.
so Bushmills Prohibition, and he's got the Bushwhacker. That's who what he's smoking. I'm
Schwacker.
smoking,
And I'm Bob.
and he's Bob. I'm smoking Bodega.
Retired Bob. Retired Bob. Let's not forget that.
Of course.
Yes,
Of course.
yes. And then on his left is Mr. Chris Eden.
I'm the FF, the fat friend.
He's the fat friend.
Now
Yes.
also retired.
Retired.
And we have a retired wannabe who will soon be retired.
Mr. Ken Cook. And again, they're here. They wanted to participate because, again,
They got
it's a
nothing else to
special
do.
night. They got nothing else to do on a Tuesday night, election night.
And we live right around the corner.
They live like right here. But yeah, we're enjoying a good smoke.
A lot of alcohol.
and a lot of alcohol,
Oh,
which can be a very dangerous combination.
No, I think it's a good combination. It's the best.
It is a good
best,
combination.
Frank. It's the
It is
best.
a good combination.
No, this is
But-
beautiful with this cigar, though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's Chris is trying to figure out how to use his
Well,
lighter.
he's
No, I'm
the
running
first-
out of gas.
This is the first time
Yeah,
you've
I
ever.
didn't have beans tonight.
He
so I'm running out
also
of gas.
lit the wrong end.
No.
Well, it's all good. So we got a full house tonight, everybody. And we got, like I said, an exciting guest. Greg Free will be coming on here shortly. And we're just going to have a good time and get away from the elections for a while. Stop looking at your TV and let's chill and have some fun.
Exactly.
Frank, what do you want to do? You want to take it away to our friends and sponsors and
we'll
then
take
get
a quick
Greg
walk,
on?
and then
Which
we'll
is
come
a
back
completely
and we'll
different
bring.
smoke.
Bob is continuously talking.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're talking right over there, Frank. You know, I mean, you know, it's
Bob
Well,
doesn't know
we
better.
were exchanging cigars to see what the difference in taste is.
whisper,
That one is
whisper, whisper.
completely different from this one, man.
Well, that's why
Oh,
they're
my
a
God,
different
yeah.
cigar.
Oh, it's
Different blend.
But I
It's
was
a different blend. I wonder why they would be different.
because I was bushwhacking him into letting me taste that one.
So we'll take a quick sponsor break, and when we come back, we'll get Greg on. We'll discuss his cigar brand. We'll talk about the cigars, and we'll talk about smoking and drinking and Kyle, what's our hashtag?
Hashtag
Hashtag, baby.
Hashtag tonight.
tonight. Coming up here. Just give
Can
me.
we enter?
And there we go.
No,
Uh-oh.
not that you're on the dais now. Sorry.
Live free. All
Smoke
right.
strong.
I
Give
got-
Kyle's
hold
bring it up.
I
Don't
gotta
worry
fix
about it.
it.
Don't pay any attention to that.
What the hell is all this?
I got.
It's a live show. Anything can happen.
We want them to read the fine print underneath.
They're taking away our shows here tonight, so I got to fix everything. But yeah, hashtag it will be smoke strong and live free when I get it
All right.
running.
Yes.
All right. Sponsor break.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
After a word from.
It's more than one word.
Oh, God.
Great cigars take time. The Fortaleza Y Libre story began in 2013 with the idea of starting a brand of cigars that would exemplify the strength and freedom that define America. Our premium cigar voyage for quality and taste led us to the Dominican Republic and the tobacco fields of Santiago and Tamboril. Tabacalera El Joyito would become a trusted partner, and in 2019, our smoking strong and living free journey was realized with the arrival to our shores of the Fuerte Libre Bodacious. Fast forward 5 years, 2024, Fuerte El Libre rebrands to Fortaleza Y Libre. Same meaning, strong and free. Our portfolio has grown to 6 core lines to satisfy the palates of cigar smokers worldwide. For more information, visit our website at fylcigars.com. Smoke strong, live free. Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are 4th generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature Firehouse cigar line.
All engines respond.
Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. R&A Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
This one.
All right, we're back.
So here we are. We all tried every cigar. We swapped them.
Swap some spit.
Yeah, it's
In fact, you guys actually swapped cigars because they appeal to you differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got the hashtag up and running now. So that is the way. Everybody on Facebook and YouTube, put their in. We'll have a special raffle giveaway at the end of the show. So you got to stay all the way to the end, or else you will not win.
And we got to know that you're at the end too.
Yeah, you got to answer that you're there. If you the winner, you have to make sure you put in that you're there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, welcome back. And it is time for our special guest, the one, the only, Mr. Greg Free. Frank,
Oh, well,
bring him on.
I'm bringing them. Whoops.
Got it.
Thank you.
There we go.
There you go.
All
Good
right.
evening, Greg. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on. I feel like I'm 2 hours late to a frat party.
Margaritaville.
Yes.
If you shave your head, you'll fix right in. Don't worry about it.
We're gonna have a toga party. in a
Yes.
little while.
We're going to go streaking.
Can you imagine streakers smoking cigars? Wouldn't that be a great ad?
Yeah, just don't burn yourself.
Did you say great ash? What did you say, Frank?
Get those.
No,
That's a
it
good
would be
one.
a great ad for a company. You know, have smokers who are streaking. Obviously, you can't show personal body parts, but
Blur it out.
blur it out.
But you know what? It would be the naked truth.
It would be the naked truth.
It would be.
Hey, good
So,
name
Greg,
for a
what's
cigar.
happening? But walk through a little bit about the.
Cigar with no band on it.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be
naked-
tough down there with those four tonight. I tell you.
Don't worry, I'll
Greg?
love them all out.
Tell us about what's going on with the company. How you been since the last time we've talked to you, and what's new?
Wow. I'll start with what's new. So it's upside down. The hashtag GMFF is an event exclusive cigar. The only way to get one is to have it handed by me at an event. I've got an event coming up in Norfolk is the next one on the 15th at Magoo's Cigar Lounge in downtown Norfolk. So that'll be the first shop that'll be able to get one of these in their hot little hands.
Wow.
So that's what's brand new. We've also, we released the Intimidador most recently as a regular line, and that cigar is doing very well for us. And I'm just traveling the world, having a great time, doing what I love, smoking cigars with new friends and old friends. And I have been in hotel rooms 137 nights this year.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Wow.
Just paid
you-
cash, right? You didn't put on the card, did you?
Those kind of hit out.
Well, you certainly have hit the road, Greg, and that's fabulous. I mean, obviously things are going well in your short period of time being in the biz. To say, you've done quite well so far. And how big is your line now? Where are you at?
So we're, you mean how many shops are we in?
No. How many colors do you make? How many cigars?
So we've got 7 core lines, 9 blends, because 2 of those lines have 2 wrapper choices. The Bodacious and Bushwhacker each have 2 wrappers.
Nice.
So 9 total blends, 22 facings, not including this GMFF.
No. Okay. Wow.
Okay. Wow.
You've
That's
grown. You've grown.
yes, you have. And how many years you've been started this up now? Not that long ago.
No, 5.5 years. So May 2019 is when the Bodacious was released.
That's fantastic. That is going really well for you. So excited to hear what's going on. And obviously, you see the Deus of 4 guys down there, and they're all swapping spit on their cigars, and and they're enjoying everything. And it's hard to satisfy those guys. At least the 2 with the blue shirts. And and apparently we had talked kind of off air, and they are enjoying it. They think it's a really good smoke, and I'm glad to hear that. Kyle, how you doing up there?
I'm doing good. I mean, from the day we met Greg, I think we first met him at a PCA event. And he handed us his sticks. I mean, I've really enjoyed the love and passion that he's put into the leaves that he produces for us, and so far all his Vitolas has showed what kind of passionate cigar company they are, and they take care of their customers. I mean, this is what it's about. I mean, is we can all come across and come together over this. I mean, that's where it shines.
Thank you very much. I do. I mean, without passion, I wouldn't still be in the business. Honestly, it's a tough business as a new brand, but just following the passion keeps me driving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Got a quick question here, Greg, by Clay Atkins. He wants to know: do you have any retailers near Stanton, Virginia? Can you tell us, I guess, the rest of where else people can get your cigars?
So in Stanton, Virginia, well, if you go to FYLcigars.com, great job putting that up there right now. We do have a retailer page. We are in Beverly Cigar in Stanton, Virginia. And I would like to do an event there sometime real soon. We just got in there within the last couple months.
Very good. There you go. So make sure you check it out, Clay. That's good. And everybody else in and around that area. That's awesome.
Greg, on your website, can people see where they can purchase your cigars across the country?
Store locator.
Location?
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, you go to your webpage. It's right there. You got the store locator. That's your landing page. You've got a contact us page, which is great, so that you can put in your information, and then I'm sure you can update them with an email and all the wonderful places that you'll be. That would be a good place to go.
Absolutely. And then also following us on Instagram is a great place to get information, because I'm posting my journey on there all the time.
Exactly.
So
everybody wants. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so let's take it to the beginning, and we got a lot of new listeners listening in. What got Greg into the cigar manufacturing business?
So crazy thing, I'm sitting in a garage right now. I'm very rarely home. Usually you'll have a backdrop of a crappy hotel in some beautiful city. But it started in a garage, just like this, smoking a cigar in January. It was too cold to sit outside, kind of like it is tonight, and just enjoying a smoke and wondering, where I'm going to go with that. I've been smoking cigars for decades at that point, and always thought about starting a brand, but never really did anything to that end. Ultimately made a decision the next day to start putting money away in a separate account to start the company. And that was in 2012. And by 2017, the money was starting to accumulate. It was a large amount to me, and I thought it was, wow, that's plenty. It turns out that it was about 10% of what I really needed. But I was happy. I was like, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, this is easy. This will be inexpensive. It'll be like a really cheap journey to follow my passion. But it's an expensive business to get in, and certainly it's an expensive business to grow in and be successful. So I once the money was there, I started going through the federal process. That was when the FDA was trying to really jerk us around the cigar manufacturers. And I went through a lot of hurdles and became a tobacco importer of license, got my corporation started, and finally had cigars ready to go in December of 2018. Realized they needed one more thing, which was a custom surety bond. And then got cigars in the country in March. And then I started the pattern then of not releasing cigars till they'd been in country for 2 months. So they came in March, I released in May, and the rest is history. That Bodacious sold out our entire first order. Of course, you have no idea how things are going to go.
Yeah.
But it went great. We have a lot of friends in the industry, a lot of local friends at my local lounge, just a lot of great support. Without that, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I'm smoking now the GMFF. Let me tell you, that's called a good motherfucking Fortaleza.
Family show, he could say it.
That's a damn good cigar.
Wow. Out of everything, we got a question by Nick. What is your favorite stick that you sell?
So I don't have a favorite. It really depends on environment and what I'm doing, what I'm going to be drinking. Because some of my cigars are closer to full body, and I wouldn't want to sit down with a beer. I would lose the beer entirely. Right. And some of my cigars are more mild. I wouldn't want to drink like an Islay Scotch that's all peaty and smoky, and the cigar gets lost. So I will say that the cigar I carry the most in my travel door is a Sun Country, because it's kind of a switch hitter. It's a full bodied core with a mild wrapper, smokes like a medium, but it's got enough flavor in it to stand up to, a low proof, what I would call a low proof bourbon. Probably not an Islay Scotch, but it also pairs really well with coffee.
Right.
Nice. So it's one of those cigars that, you can kind of smoke at any time.
I think cigars pair really well with the Bushmills.
Yeah. Yep. And that's you've got the Bodacious. I have it's an excellent cigar. Chris loves a fuller body, and that is right up his alley as a full body, nice,
excellent cigar.
Yeah,
excellent. This is excellent too.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's all about people's preference, right? And that's why you need to have a line that kind of showcases that. It enables people to actually choose something that is in their lane. To me, I like all cigars. So It doesn't matter. I go from mild all the way up to bold, and it's just what I feel like having at that particular moment. So it's great because I don't have to kind of, I'm not pigeon-held, so to speak. I like them all.
Yeah, you come a long way, Frank.
I like them all.
Days, you now have
your own days.
experiments. You really tried a lot of different ones, so your palate's really changing a whole bunch of way. And again, it's like you said, Greg, depending on what you're drinking, what have you eaten, what time of the day, what's the atmosphere, everything. Everything comes into play, and you have a pretty much kind of a line that can fit almost everything.
And these cigars are all very different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we've tried each one,
different.
and it's great because they're like, "Wow, this is totally different." I go, "That's why it's a different blend. Otherwise, it would be the same cigar that we're handing out there
with different bands on
with
it.
different bands."
Yeah, not different. They're all excellent.
Right.
Yeah, they are good. Very good.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I think, it takes a while for a company to get to the point where you can kind of meet every palate. There's smokers like me. I enjoy 99% of the cigars I smoke. I wouldn't put one down unless I had a construction issue or a burn issue. But flavor-wise, I enjoy almost all cigars, and I smoke my way through the humidor. I'm my own worst customer because I would never be attached to a brand other than whenever I'm wearing my logo shirt, I got to smoke mine. But when I come home, I smoke other stuff. When I'm not on a show, I'm smoking all the new stuff mostly. Just anything new that's coming out, even whether it's from a legacy brand or a small brand. Just because you got to know, if you're going to be a chef, you can't just eat in your own restaurant. You got to go somewhere else.
Exactly.
No, you're absolutely right, Greg. What a perfect, valid point.
What's your favorite cigar in the line?
He did. He
said it.
He couldn't. He can't make that choice.
Yeah, I kind of danced. Kind of danced around it, but Sun Country is what I carry in my box the most, just because it goes well with everything.
There you go.
I think Bob's favorite is going to be the Intimidador.
He likes
this is pretty good. This bushwhacker here. This is pretty good. And it's pairing nicely with the whiskey.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Very nice.
Exactly.
We had a question by Matt Polly. What is basically the average pricing of your sticks? Or that's one of the questions that he wanted to know. And again, everything's different every state-wise. But on an average, what do you think your
minus
sticks
the
are at?
taxes?
Right.
Yeah, so minus the taxes, it would be even lower. But with taxes on average, they're in the $9 to $13.50 range.
Right.
Very
competitive.
That's
right.
Good price.
For a Dominican boutique, I think we are competitive. We've only raised our prices once in 5.5 years, and that was about a year and a half ago.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, don't get into the greed part where some of these other guys, $100, $200 cigars. That's just crazy. It really is.
Hey, listen, they're marketing to a specific audience.
Yes, absolutely.
Rich people,
very rich, very rich.
People who can afford that can be very liquid with their money, especially after they just burned a $100 bill. So
they are.
Well, that's what you are doing. You are burning $100 bill, $200 bill.
You are burning $100 bills.
No, but you're definitely helping for this economy, and you're right there with the price point is right where people need to be to enjoy a stick like this. And you got it right, Greg. You're doing everything right. You're marketing right. You're putting out the right product. Again, as a newbie in 5-6 years that you're in doing this, you, I think, are ahead of most of these other people who've been around a little bit longer.
Yeah,
Well, thank you, but I'm kind of following in the coattails of so many people that have gone through this struggle. Honestly, for small cigar companies, most of them don't last for over 2 years. Everybody thinks it's going to be an easy road, but imagine coming out with a new mayonnaise and you put it on the shelf and it's next to Duke's mayonnaise and it's next to Hellman's mayonnaise. And
right.
No one's going to buy your mayonnaise. It's the same thing with cigars, so you have to build a brand reputation. Where people that smoke them enjoy them, and you get a following, and then they tell two friends, just like the old shampoo commercial, and then they tell two friends, and so on. And eventually,
exactly.
Right. Word of mouth is your best form of advertising. Yeah. Especially when you're a smaller brand, you need folks to talk about it and say, "Hey, try this cigar," and that's why sharing with the guys here, it gives them an opportunity to smoke different things, things that they can't find in shops and all of a sudden, what do you have any? We'll find out on your store locate here in Florida.
So Florida's a tough market for boutique brands, especially if you're not based there, because if you think about a shop that's going to carry 30% boutiques, which is a pretty heavy blend, 30% boutique, 70% legacy, they're going to sell to their guys that are at that shop all the time. And as a one-man show, I can't spend, one month out of every 6 in Florida traveling around. So I've kind of veered away from Florida just because it is complicated for me. And a great friend of mine, Eric Espinosa, said, "Go where the money is." And now
there you go.
That's Florida.
Well, you would think it would be Florida. I mean, he's in Florida, so he does great in Florida. I'm not there. So his advice was,
Florida's closed. Don't even think about coming here.
It's definitely closed. Yeah. So it's, going where the money is means go where you know that you can sell your product. If you're going to spend the time to fly somewhere and book a hotel and rent a car, you better make sure you can, either get in shops or you're already in shops. So my model is, get one shop in a big city and then go back and do your event there and visit more shops. And the other part of the model is, though, I don't want to compete with myself. So, in a big city like Dallas, Fort Worth, I'm in 3 shops, and they're far enough away from each other that they don't compete with each other. So it's that model where, if I were in 2 shops that were, let's say, 15-minute drive from each other, as a small brand, I'm going to sell the same amount of cigars to 2 shops as I would to just 1 shop.
Right.
The problem is those shops aren't going to sell very many of my cigar. They're going to sell half as much as if I were just in 1. So you lose 2 customers, and I haven't done myself any justice. So it's always this model of making sure I'm not competing with myself, making sure I can support each retailer in a way that makes sense for them and me, and everybody wins.
Right. That's smart. That's a smart way to approach it for sure.
Grow slow, and you're right. You just take your time and build it and build around it and go from there. Don't try to do everything all at once. Obviously, you the whole Florida gig, you understand completely. So that's good. Go to where you can move and work that and work it hard. And again, as a one-man operation, that makes it even more difficult for you to do what you got to do. But you're doing it. Yeah, you're doing it good.
Yeah, and you know what? I wanted to show some slides. First of all, I think they're slides.
Slides. Wow.
I'm calling graphics or slides.
Oh, that's pretty cool. We're going old school here.
I'm going back
on
to
Kodachrome or what?
Yes,
they're on Kodachrome.
I have my slide projector behind me, so don't worry. If you see a bright light, it's not the sun. It's my slide projector. So I wanted to show some of these because I thought they were very cool, and there's some ratings. So tell me a little bit about the cigar and the ratings and how that was achieved. So I'm going to go through them here. So check that out. That's Avalanche. Got an 89 rating.
Nice.
And then let's go to Avalanche. Let's stay there.
Stick with that one, Frank. Yeah, let's go through the whole process.
Yeah, so Avalanche is our most mild cigar. It's about a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10 in strength and body. I couldn't go to a 1. I wanted a Connecticut that was a true mild, but if I can't smoke it, I'm not going to sell it. So after 2 years of really struggling to get a real 1 that I would enjoy, I eventually went with an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, which brings a little bit of white pepper to that blend all the way through. You taste that white pepper, and then also just more flavor because it's not a shade wrapper. It's, it's cloud cover in Ecuador, so it's bringing a lot more flavor. And that one just, I love that cigar. I never thought I would really enjoy a Connecticut. But finally, after 2 years, it takes time. It's not instant magic in the case of blending cigars. Sometimes you get a blend in your head, you go to the rolling table, you do some bunching, you get your roller to put the wrapper on, and it's fantastic right from the get. But with that one, I really struggled to get it to where I would enjoy it, and I really enjoy it. Glad it's out.
Right. But there's a lot of 1s on the market already, so moving into number 3, it's a good thing.
Exactly. So we're going in alphabetical order.
Alpha.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a lot of work behind the scenes to get them in alphabetical order. So Bodacious was our first cigar. It comes in an Ecuadorian Habano and an Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper. Very first cigar. I worked with our factory, which produces all of our cigars, El Jueguito and Tamboree. And I told them what I wanted. I didn't know anything about blending. I knew what I liked. I told them cigars that I liked. I gave them cigars that I liked. They came up with 12 blends, and this one ultimately in my tasting crew of 12 people, 11 out of 12 people thought that Habano wrapper was their favorite cigar. I was the 12th person. It was not my favorite of the blends, but it's not about me, as my ex-wife was so fond of saying.
Well, she don't know what she lost. That's her problem.
Exactly. So I went with the masses, and that cigar. And then what I wanted was something with a little bit more body. So I then took that same core blend, found an Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper that I was really fond of, and that's why there are 2 wrappers on that line and 6 total facings. So there's 3 Vitolas as well. And it's done really well for us. It's not going away. It's not losing steam. People really like it.
Yeah, it's a great cigar. I mean,
so out of the 12 blends, was this like number 4, number 5, or was this the last blend that you all fell on and you're like, oh, that was it? Or was it the epitome of the first one and then you smoked it all of it and you're like, no, let's go back to the first one?
So this was a crazy 2 nights. It's kind of like the evening you guys were having before I got here. There's been a lot of alcohol. Yeah, nobody was sharing cigars in this room like what's happening at Margaritaville tonight, but we were smoking through cigars side by side. So we did the first 6, and the next night we did the next 6, and ultimately came up with our favorite. And then we had once a favorite selected, we have the factory produce a couple hundred for us. We let them rest for a while. We smoke them over time and then see what works best.
Nice. I have a question for you. So the wrapper is beautiful, but why the bull? Why did you use the bull?
Very important.
The Toro.
So the name came first. It was strong and free. It was Fuerte y Libre. And I was looking for a name in English that really kind of spoke to America. So strong and free, in my opinion, speaks to America. And then once I had that, I wanted a logo or a symbol or something that kind of expressed strength and freedom. And if you think about a bull standing in the middle of a field at the top of the hill overlooking the whole herd, I mean, that's a symbol of strength and freedom that you really can't get out of your head. And growing up on a farm, it was very common for me to see, especially a dairy bull standing at the top of the hill all by itself, just making sure everything's cool. So the bull just kind of became a natural symbol for strength and freedom. I grew up on a horse farm. I worked on a dairy farm. I was in the Future Farmers of America. I rode in the local rodeo. I did some bull riding. And then the final tie-in is I'm a tourist. So it just kind of all came together.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that really makes so much sense. Wow.
You did tie all that together. That's awesome. What a good way of looking at it.
It took time. I mean, people think it's so quick and easy, but it's a lot of talking through ideas with your friends. I have a great core herping crew. Normally we herp on Tuesday nights, but it's the election and there would have been some fights. So we did. And we didn't herp tonight. You don't want half the room happy and half the room's pissed off. So
hey, can you change that to another night so this way you can hang out with us on Tuesday nights or bring the crew in,
I'm not going to lie. I'll just hop on pre-show. Every pre-show, you don't have to have me on the show. I'll just come on a half an hour early and start drinking heavily.
Well, that's Instagram on the pre-show. Yes. You can see those characters down there do their thing. Definitely.
So let's go to our next slide. The Bushwhacker, Mr. Bob.
What a shot.
A 90, huh?
Nice. Yeah, so the Bushwhacker, also a top 10 bull in the Professional Bull Riders Association. Just a really aggressive bull. This particular blend, I picked the core tobacco, the filler. It was a filler that was aged 50% longer than the filler we used in Bodacious. So it had a kind of a smoother, richer profile. It's also 2 wrappers. It's still got that Ecuadorian Habano on the one side, but on the other side, it's got Mexican San Andres, which brings a lot of that earthiness and richness that kind of matched the power of that bull.
Gotcha.
Nice.
You haven't ridden any of those, have you?
None of these famous PBR bulls. So I rode in the local rodeo. So I was like,
wow.
I was
you
like
in the minor leagues.
I was in the
Triple A.
Yeah.
You didn't have the clown suit on, did you?
No. I was on.
That would be Bob. Bob would have the clown suit, and he'd be running.
He'd be running.
Yeah, you'd never see Bob run as fast if he saw a bull in front of him.
I got a lot of respect for those clowns, though.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I will tell you that riding a bull is scary as shit. I mean, riding it's not bad. It's just like it's not bad falling off of a building. It's the landing that hurts. Same thing with a bull. Riding it's pretty cool, but when you get thrown off and it turns around and tries to kill you, that's a problem. But even though that's complicated, I wouldn't want to be a rodeo clown. Those guys are heroes. They should be where they should get discounts at Cracker Barrel just like firemen and police officers. Honestly.
Or the Waffle
House. Bob, are you the only one?
Bob,
are you the only one smoking the bushwhacker down there, or any of the other guys smoking?
He's a bushwhacker smoker, right?
You're the only one. The other two are not. What do you think so far, Bob?
I like it. Excellent. Very good. Very,
and is that
very earthy?
Bob
very
likes a little strong.
Yeah, I like a strong cigar. So this definitely appeals to me. It
must be the San Andreas wrapper.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so another question I have for you. I know you're international, but how many countries are you in?
He doesn't.
No, we're actually we are not international, and that's another great lesson from a couple people. Blanco Cigars, he made the statement that there's 2,500 shops in the U.S. Until you're in half of them, why go anywhere else? You get so many sales available here. And Eric Espinosa said the same thing. You've got other tobacco brands like Omar De Frias. He's with Fratello. He's a local guy, and he was a great mentor to me in the beginning, and even now I can call and ask him any question I want. But he went to Europe specifically because the FDA was coming down so hard on us, and he didn't want to have a risk of everything gets shut down. He wanted wanted another market. So there's two ways to play it. Honestly, financially and time-wise, Europe would just be a struggle for me. Canada, the taxes are crazy.
Canada's crazy.
And all your boxes got to be green.
Yeah, they all have to look the same. It's crazy. You couldn't have a bull on there.
No.
Which is bull to begin with.
Yeah,
which is bull. That's definitely bull. Yeah, so no international markets. I'm in my 99th store in the United States. I need one more to get to 100. Yeah, so and I'm perfectly happy with that growth pattern. I think this year we'll hopefully be at 125 to 140 by the end of the year. I mean, 2025. I mean, so we're doing our thing. We're not growing too fast. We're traveling the country. We're talking to a lot of people and having fun.
Yeah. We have a couple of guys from the Connecticut area that are you going to be boots on the ground anywhere over there? Are you going to try to get into that market, that location?
So in Connecticut, I'm in Night Cigar Lounge, which is near Hartford, I think.
Oh, okay.
And I'm in another lounge. I apologize for not knowing.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You got a lot going on, but
don't look at the store locator. That'll give them a sense of where you are there.
And yes, Bruce, he's the only one hitting the ground. Bruce, he's the one-man show.
Yep. And
Bruce offered because he says just went through the whole list and found nothing in Michigan. Come here and I'll buy you dinner and drinks.
Bruce, always willing to.
Thank you, Bruce. Bruce has always been a big fan, and we do need to get to Michigan. This is not the right time of year to go to Michigan. I can tell you that.
No.
I think they've already got a foot of snow on the ground up there. It's insane.
They can keep it.
I got a hell of an education going to Minneapolis on February 9th a couple years ago. And it was -9 degrees without the wind chill. With the wind chill, it was like -40 something, and it was cold. I've never. When you breathe, it hurts to breathe. Unless you're from there and you're a polar bear. But I've learned. I go south. I go south in the winter, and I go north in the summer.
100%, absolutely, for sure.
We hit 50 below in Chicago, and that was unbelievable.
Yeah,
that's crazy. There's so much wind up there too. You guys got to put up some trees or something.
More buildings.
They got to put up a wall.
A lot of them get blown down, so that's how crazy the wind is.
All they have to do is wall Lake Michigan.
There you go.
And you
drain it.
Drain Lake Michigan. Wow. Well, let's get to the Intimador.
Keep going. Yep.
Intimador.
So Intimador was our most recent release. It's a medium full cigar. It goes into the resting room as a true full, but we rest this cigar post roll and pre banning for longer than any of our other lines, just to really consolidate the flavors, balance that humidity out, get our burnability where we want it to be. But it's got the same Mexican San Andres wrapper that's on that Bushwhacker San Andres, and then we also use that same wrapper on the Midnight Bender. The core tobacco, though, is mostly first generation Cuban seed, the Criollo 98 hybrid that's grown on our farm in the DR. And it's over 5 years old. It was planted, it'll be 6 years November when it was planted.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's got some nice core age on that tobacco and the filler.
Are you also using the factory in the DR too to hand roll your stuff?
Oh yeah, so it's El Hoyito is our factory. They had never had a U.S. brand when we started working with them. They're starting to work with a couple companies now, which is great. I want to see them grow, and they've been around since '78. It's the second generation running the place now. They're building a new factory to give us more production space for them and also for us. And it's just been a great experience kind of growing together. I didn't want to be a small fish in a big sea, you know, pick one of the big guys and not have much influence. But we've been working together as a team, and it's been a great ride for all of us.
Nice.
I'd gone too quickly, but here's the Midnight Bender.
Bender.
And there might be a lot of people on that tonight.
We've been a lot.
Tonight might be
Kenny for sure.
Yeah, we'll probably be up till midnight tomorrow night trying to figure out who won the election. But it's gonna be a long ride for sure. So midnight
July.
All we know is that if we want tobacco to continue being free to say and for us to smoke, we you know which color you got to vote for, because there's one that's going to cut us down with this FDA administration that we got in there, and you know the other is going to be good for tobacco.
I'm proud of you for taking a stance on one side or another, but I'm not going to take that.
No, you can't. You can't, but I can.
So the Midnight Bender was the first cigar I blended myself. I'll tell you a really quick, cute story. We were sitting at lunch at Camp David in the Dominican Republic. It's a beautiful restaurant, great view, overlooking all of Santiago and a lot of the Cibao Valley. I'm sitting there with the master blender, who's also the owner of the factory. His son is there, who speaks a good bit of English, and then the floor manager. He's got another name, I can't think of it, but anyway, the guy who runs the floor. And I'm explaining this blend because we've been tasting tobacco all morning that I really want to come out with. And they had a sidebar in Spanish, and my ex-wife is from Panama, so I know all the curse words. And
everybody learns those words first.
And in this conversation, they're calling me, you know, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to be out of business in 6 months. This cigar is too strong. No one would ever smoke this. But, you know, keeping in mind that and this is only a medium full cigar. It's not a full bodied cigar, but in the Dominican Republic, they only produce for the Dominican market, and it's very mild. So this cigar that I was designing in their heads was just overwhelming to them. In the end, it turned out to be our top seller when it was released. It continues to be a great seller for us, but it's a nice medium full cigar. There's no burn on the retro. It's that San Andres wrapper. All the core of it is Dominican with a couple leaves of Lajero in there to kick it up a notch.
Right. I have a statement. Most of the bulls that you show in your cigars look pissed off. I'd hate to be the cameraman in front of that.
Yeah. I went through 3 cameramen.
How they're using zoom lenses.
They were all dressed in red. I don't know why they showed up that way.
So, you know, we do have a question about what are basically the flavors, and you sent us a great little breakdown with this. Are these available to your consumers, or is it on your website to talk about all the different flavors of each cigar, Greg?
It's on the website, and it goes into a little bit more detail because as I've gotten more blends, I want them all to fit on that little card so it fits in that sampler pack, so that when I'm, you know, going to retailers, they can have all the blends quickly. But I've had to shorten each description, so there's a little more information on the website that was from the original write-up. One of the cool things is with the Bushwhacker, after I did the bodacious write-up, it was my notes. It was what I tasted. It was what I thought was going on in the bodacious. And then a lot of people said, well, I'm getting this and I'm getting that. So with the Bushwhacker, we actually sent cigars out to 40 different customers from a local shop. And if you got the cigars, we all got on a Zoom live for 4 hours, and I just took notes of what everyone said.
Nice.
And so the Bushwhacker description is actually, it's from 40 different people, which was a kind of a really cool experience. It's a little risky as a brand owner, because what if they all hated it? But they, but we got this perspective from a wider audience. And so that particular description, people pick up things that I don't. You know, your aromatic memory, which is most of your taste, it's the strongest memory you have. So if you've never really had something, like if you've never tried something, you're never going to pick that up.
Right. Yeah, just like our usual chooch in there, Chicago there, Joey, he always picks up marzipan in most of his. I don't even know what the hell that is, but he finds it.
Some kind of paste.
Marzipan.
He was born in a bakery, right?
I think he was. No, but you're right, Greg. It brings back memories, whether it's from your childhood or, you know, your grandfather who used to smoke. Our grandfather used to smoke cigars all the time, and he smoked bad cigars. When I say bad, I mean White Owl, Dutch Master.
Anything. He used to smoke hemp.
Yeah. rope. He smoked rope. But, you know, you'd always have that memory. So memories are important when we're dealing with recollection.
That plays on everything, though. Whether you're cooking something, or it's all about that sense of smell and taste. You know,
presentation as well.
It'll bring you back for sure. So I eat a lot of roasted hazelnuts. Just something I love. So when people talk about nuttiness, mostly what I pick up is roasted hazelnut. But a lot of people never had a roasted hazelnut, so they wouldn't even know.
Yeah, I can't because I'm allergic to hazelnuts, so that won't be on my list. But your good MRFer cigar that I said earlier, that reminds me, it's very to me, nutmeg, very nutty, kind of cinnamony. It's got it's delicious. So for people, they need to go to your event so you can hand them this. This is outstanding. Just a really delicious cigar.
It reminds you of holidays.
Yeah.
You know, you have those certain aromas and stuff, the holiday time.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the things that you cook. And
I think they're all very good. I mean,
they all
have excellent flavor.
And it is about that. I mean, blending is an art, as you have learned, right? I mean, when you first started to now, you've probably gained so much experience by doing it. So now you really, I'm sure your palate has developed in a way that is very, very keen, as opposed to a lot of folks who are just smoking cigars. You're smoking them in mass. I mean, and in testing phases, which is different because you're smoking each individual leaf and doing things very differently than most people have the opportunity to do so.
When you smoke, do you compare them to like mass market cigars? Bigger companies like Fuente or Padron or something like that. Do you compare a cigar to that, or no?
I do, absolutely, and also customers compare. I mean, it's a natural thing that if someone picks up a cigar and they're like, "Oh my God, this reminds me of this," or "This reminds me of that," and a lot of those comparisons I never thought of. You know, it never occurred to me. But then I'll immediately go buy one of those cigars and smoke them back to back or even side by side to see if I'm getting that same essence.
Right.
But it's a fun process. It's I don't take credit for all my blends. I did the Midnight Bender. The next one was Sun Country. That was my blend. The factory also thought I was crazy. Their real problem with that blend was that it was a full body core and a mild wrapper, and culturally that was something that was never done. So, but it's got double. It's got double. Yeah, he's mad.
Yeah,
that's the Mad Bull.
That's the Mad Bull. I mean, no, those graphics are
incredible.
Cool. Incredible. I thought that they were generated by AI or something because they look amazing.
Well, if you saw the dead bodies lined up in front of them, you know.
Cameraman.
That blend is double Dominican Lajero in the core. There's a leaf of Mexican San Andres in the filler. So it's got all this great rich flavor in the core, and then that mild Connecticut wrapper. And they just thought it was blasphemous to do that. After that cigar, I haven't blended another one since, because now they understand the American market and they're master blenders. I don't need to be a master blender. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
Now they know what I want. I show up at the factory and they're like, smoke this one. You got to try this one. You're going to love this. Smoke this one. You're going to love this. This is great. And so, which is great to me because I can spend my time at the factory, trying to roll 10 cigars and having everyone laugh at me, and, trying to color grade leaves and trying to check for blemishes and having women smack my hand because I can't tell that it's 2 colors. How could I get it wrong 100% of the time? I just don't have that visual acuity that they have. But I try to work in the factory in all the positions, also go to the farm and cut tobacco, hang tobacco in the curing barn. I just want to do it all because it's a passion, it's a love, it's a real joy to go down.
Right. You mentioned women. That brings up a good question. Do you have a lot of women smokers? I mean, what's your percentage of women who try your cigars that actually really like them?
All the ones I've handed them to have really liked them. But what you
that's a good percentage.
That's a good percentage.
I like that.
That's called 100%.
I think that's 100% right. But the market for women smokers is growing. It's one of the highest. It's one of the highest demographics, and honestly, they have a better taste or a better sense of smell and taste. Certainly visually, they're being able to look at a cigar and see anything wrong with it. They're way better at that. They can pick it apart. And so that's kind of the market. I would love to have someone on a tasting crew that's a female. I don't have any right now. My girlfriend smokes cigars. She knows what she likes. She knows what she doesn't like. But, having those kinds of voices that have that really finite ability to kind of pick into what they're tasting, I think that's critical to the experience.
You brought that up. So what does your girlfriend like? What kind of cigars?
So she's a bigger fan of, she loves the Sun Country.
Okay.
And she'll also enjoy the Intimidador. I would say every cigar in my line she really enjoys. She doesn't smoke a whole cigar. She'll smoke like half a cigar. It'll be like you 4 guys at Margaritaville passing cigars back and forth. Only it's not a guy I'm passing it back and forth to. It's
a little bit,
they're a little funny down there, right?
I don't know what these guys have. So it's a little intimidating to know what I could pick up while I'm.
You'll find out in 5 days.
Comes down here, she'll smoke it all.
I should have sent penicillin down with that pack of cigars. I had no idea what was going to happen.
No. So let's get to the last one here on our list, and the Second Wind.
Yeah, so the second one,
Kenny's smoking that tonight.
Yeah, that was our second anniversary cigar, and I guess the cool story on that is we didn't intend to come out with a box press cigar, but we test all of our cigars initially in a 6x50 Toro, kind of a skinny Toro. I recognize now, because I started this in the very beginning. Now most companies are testing cigars in Coronas. It's a shorter smoke. It's also the Crown. It's supposed to be the cigar that you can get the best blend flavor out of. But we started in a 6x50. We're going to continue that way. And then once we've selected a blend, we'll go up and down in ring gauge first, and then we'll start testing different vitolas. So I went to a box press in that particular blend, and it just really spoke the loudest. So we came out with a box press kind of by accident. It just worked really well with that blend. And it's in a skinny Toro and kind of a fat Robusto. But I really love it. I've been told by multiple shop owners that technically it's our best blend.
Wow. Kenny's loving it.
What do you think, Kenny?
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, it's burning perfect. Beautifully.
Yep.
It's the cigar I'm smoking tonight as well. And kind of the notes that I'm getting from this is that you've got like you're gonna think I sound crazy, but it's like you're going through the woods, but there's a cowboy on a bull coming right at you. And that's like the flavor of the cigar. You kind of get that leathery, that boldness, that woodsy earthiness to it. It's a delicious cigar.
I feel like I'm on the Yellowstone Ranch.
Kevin Costner.
Yes.
As long as we don't have to take them over to the train station.
So you talked about testing. Can you talk a little bit about that? How do you test? Like, who are your testers? They have to have a wide palette to test. So how do they test?
Well, interestingly enough, they don't really have to have a wide palette. I mean, my tasting crew are not professional cigar tasters. They're my friends. They're the people that I've always smoked with. Okay. And I respect their opinion. I don't care if you can pick out, tangerine peel or, strawberry Pop Tart. You don't really need all that. I know what I taste, and I'll pick up some of that minutia, but I don't have the best palate either. It's really, do you like it? Is the market going to like it? And the people in that crew they all have different palates. So I can get a kind of a broad perspective on, is this something that's going to work? I would say the most exciting thing that we do is on the Intimidador, we had the core blend kind of nailed down, but I just wasn't settled on a wrapper. So we had the factory produce 4 different wrappers. And in the Dominican Republic, we smoked all 4 of those cigars side by side. Now, just imagine how high you guys in Margaritaville are tonight. And then, and then add to that 4 cigars at the same time, side by side. And the reason you do that is because you want to be tasting the first third at the same time. Because if you smoke one all the way through and you finish on the last third and then you start on the first third, you're not going to get the same comparison. So we literally, over a period of, you got to do it over a couple hours. There's going to be some relighting. You got to take breaks, and you got to drink a lot of whiskey. But you're doing this all at the same time to come up with, okay, what's the wrapper that just really makes sense here? And ultimately, it was San Andres that did that for us.
Not just whiskey. I enjoy them with cigars or coffee as well. Cigars and coffee.
Coffee's fantastic.
Yeah, I think coffee is the perfect pairing for cigars.
Coffee, espresso, cappuccino,
Cuban coffee.
Yeah, Cuban coffee. Yeah.
Well, it's a bean, right? So it's from the earth.
And
so
Frank loves his beans,
and I love my beans, as any good cowboy would.
We'll find out during the commercial break.
And it's really interesting, Greg, because we have I think I've counted about 12 people in the comments now that say they would love to be your friend and testers. So they're
where do we sign up or where we got to go?
Yeah, I have a CTO, a chief tasting officer, and that's the job everybody wants, because all he's got to do is just smoke cigars.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Hey, by any chance, will you be in the DR? Let's say the first, second week of January.
My intention is to go. I usually go the last week of January or the first week of February, because that's when tobacco is highest in the field, because you always want a good photo shoot of you walking the field and cutting tobacco. So, but my daughter's 30th birthday is the 30th of January. Wow. So I might travel with her, so that it may push me to earlier in January. When are you going to be down there?
And the reason why I'm asking is the crew, we're expecting to go down to the DR the first week and a half of January. If you're there, we'd love to meet up with you and, go on a factory tour in the fields with you.
That would be really cool. Absolutely. If I change my schedule, and I may because of my daughter's birthday, I may wind up going down a little bit earlier.
All right. Keep us posted on that one. We'd love to see you down there.
Absolutely. It'd be fun.
All right. Why don't we take a quick sponsor break, and then we come back, we'll continue. Maybe we'll get an update on what's happening, just to give people, because just in case they haven't been following the election. Because I'm sure they don't care what happens.
It's literally, it's on the TV right in front of me. It's so hard not to
stare at it. He's like
Kenny's got it live.
I got it live.
But we'll be right back. Hey, Kyle, why don't you put up the hashtag so people who are joined and
jumping on here, they can get in for the end of the show raffle here. So this is your hashtag raffle for the night. Smoke strong, live free. That's what we're looking for. Spelling does count, so make sure you get all that in there correctly. And then you got to be here at the end of the show to win. And you know how to do it. YouTube and Facebook. Come on, people.
All right. And we'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, The Art of Magic.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP Cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Boveda 2-way humidification.
All begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we are back.
We are back, folks. We are back. And we're getting Kenny left because he's got to get ice.
He's got to get ice.
Pouring more. We haven't had a drink.
I think we finished the bottle, didn't we?
No,
Oh, no, there's
no,
still, a little bit left.
We got about 3 fingers in there.
It'll be done soon.
It's a beautiful thing. So where you headed to next, Greg? People want to know if you can give a little bit of a event breakdown so people could try to meet you.
Yeah, so the last event of the year, I think, is going to be in Norfolk on the 15th. It's Friday the 15th at Magoo's Cigar Lounge, which is in downtown Norfolk. Beautiful new lounge, been around for a little over a year. Just a great shop. It's called the Waterside District, so it's kind of like a harbor area. A lot of water, a lot of restaurants, a lot of bars. And he's got a beautiful shop there. So that'll be the last kind of event. I'm going to be in Philadelphia, leaving on Thursday. I'll be up there for a couple days. Then that Norfolk event is the following weekend. And then I'm going to find myself in Reno visiting my distribution partner, Illusion and Fumera International. And then December, not much happens in December. It's just really slow for sales because the shops have already bought their product for Christmas. Right. So I'll visit local shops, kind of stay around Virginia for that time, and then January we'll start kicking it off again.
Greg, are you in Florida at all?
No,
Like
we
Kelowna?
asked.
No, those early.
He doesn't. He can't remember. First, he's old.
Factor
and he's
the
been
booze.
drinking.
Right.
So
sorry.
I said you're going to be in Philly. Okay, is it going to be Geno's or Pat's for cheesesteaks?
I mean, this sounds like it sounds political, but I've tried them both multiple times.
Which one do you prefer?
And well, from my perspective, neither one of them is the best cheesesteak in Philly. But
what do you like?
But I prefer Pat's.
I do too. Yes, Pat's is better. Yeah.
yeah, no, I haven't been to Philly.
But
since,
if you're there, Market Street, the Italian restaurant that's there, which is the oldest Italian restaurant, it seats about 6 people. Fantastic food.
Bob can't remember the name of it, but
I don't remember the name of it. But you go on Market Street; it's the only one. No, this is not cheesesteak. It's an Italian restaurant. The food is absolutely out of this
Italian,
world.
you got to go to New York.
No, but while he's in Philly,
Yeah, he's in Philly.
Yeah, Market Street. You know where Rocky runs down the block. Yeah,
they got his statue up there. If they didn't take it down,
no, it's there. It's there.
No, they're not
still there.
Yeah, they don't take Rocky's statue
No,
down.
no. You don't take that down. Stallone will beat the shit out of you.
He's a big cigar smoker.
He is.
Huge.
Oh, in Tulsa, that's all he does. He smokes cigar after
Everybody,
cigar.
have you watched Tulsa King, Greg?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! How great
Everybody
is that?
is smoking cigars in Tulsa King.
Yep.
All the mob guys are, and you know what's great? In some of the scenes, they're smoking a cigar, but it's not even lit. So they're acting like it's smoking. I'm like, look at this guy.
Sly is smoking.
Yeah, Sly smoking. Cowboy's not smoking.
No.
Sly had one that was down to a third, and then the next image of him, it's like almost lit.
It's a full cigar.
Full cigar.
I've never seen a cigar get bigger in a scene. It actually hit. I don't know how that's possible.
Sly can do that.
Yes.
The prop guy.
Yeah, well, continuity.
I gather you're going to the PCA show, Greg?
Yes, I will be at PCA. I'm happy that it's moving to New Orleans, just a little bit closer for me, and also just a new market. So I went down to New Orleans a couple months ago to just kind of hit the local cigar shops, get the brand out there. But looking forward to it. I think the big problem with the PCA this year is that it's the second largest festival in New Orleans is that weekend.
Yep. Same one.
I booked my hotel room in April. So with Marriott, it's 11 and a half months out. So that day I set a reminder. I booked my room. It was $222. And right now that same room is $450.
Whoa.
Yep. Everything doubled. All the hotel rooms doubled.
Jazz Fest?
Is it Jazz Fest?
Oh,
no, French Quarter Festival.
Okay. All right. A lot of good music.
Almost as big as Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second biggest one. So they bring in over, I think they had over 900,000 people came to that festival last year. And there's only 21,000 hotel rooms.
Air Raid.
You better get out of there.
That's not us. That's not us.
They don't do that in Margaritaville.
Unless it was a rocket launch.
Did they announce the winner for the presidential?
Long time to go, Bob. We'll see you in the morning on that one. Maybe next week.
Yeah, you're gonna. I'm right near DC, so I'm sure we'll hear fighter jets scrambling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
See what happens with that. And that's all good. Kyle, how you making out with that smoke over there?
Doing good. I'm down to like my final third here, so
Down to the
we're getting down there.
Kyle, you got a nice ash.
Thank you.
It's excellent. Well, it's all good. I know everybody's so interested, and I'm sorry to get you on election night, but I figure, it's a good break from everybody with the stress level that everybody's been going through. We got a nice steady crowd here and more people coming on board. So it's good. We're definitely taking people's minds off the stress level here. And
yeah, we knew nothing was going to happen during this showtime. There's not going to be any decisions.
Exactly.
No, there won't be any decisions. And that's
I
okay.
think Kyle should put the hashtag.
Put the hashtag back up. This way we could. We're getting to.
We're moving along here.
We're getting to that part of the show where everybody.
Cigar is ending, so is the show.
There we go. We got smoke strong and live free. This is your chance to get in for the raffle. What are we giving away for our raffle here tonight?
Well, now we have to ask. Now we put Greg on the spot.
Here we go. This is where you should leave the room.
I've got a great prize pack put together. I just need the person's address and their name whenever they win. It's going to be some nice swag. Of course, legally, I can't give away cigars. I don't know if one will fall in the box. We'll figure that out. But it's going to be, there'll be an ashtray, there'll be a lighter, there'll be some koozies, you know.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice. I mean, first of all, I want to say that your presentation, the way you present the cigars is first class. So when people do receive items from you, they're getting things that there's a lot of thought behind. Look at, let me get that up there. Hold on. That challenge coin is pretty damn cool.
That's cool.
Oh,
Very nice.
very nice.
This was beautiful. I was pleasantly surprised when I opened up my little package to see that.
What are you challenging, Frank? With
The challenge coin comes up for a couple of different things. If you have it with you,
and somebody says,
do
you have your challenge coin?
All right, and then you could present it.
There is
a cigar from that person.
There is no talk given. Usually the person just slaps
it down.
Right.
Is that how it works?
And then you got to produce yours. And if you can't produce yours, guess who's buying drinks?
That's right. There we go.
There you go.
So it's very important to carry that with you.
Yes.
My address is Coral Reef Way. Margaritaville. 32124.
But before we go to the raffle, Greg, I have a question for you. If you could think of one challenge that has been the greatest hurdle for you to kind of leap over during this process, what would that be for you?
For me, it's paperwork. I mean, honestly, you know, to be involved with the federal government and the import of tobacco, you're dealing with customs paperwork, you're dealing with FDA paperwork, you've got your Tobacco Tax Bureau paperwork. A lot of it's all the same information, but it's got to go on different forms. You know, at some point, the government should just get together and say, if he just sends us this form, we'll accept it at these other places. And that's a monthly reporting nightmare. Honestly, it's a lot of hassle. So it's that, and then also like the pre-market blends that you have to send into FDA. It's all of these things that aren't part of the art. You know, for me, I want to make cigars. I want to smoke cigars. I want to sell cigars.
Hey, you don't want to be bothered with all the crap, the bureaucratic crap.
What's the percentage of tax that you typically have to pay on bringing cigars into the U.S.?
It's 42.6 cents per stick.
Wow.
Per stick.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's just to get it here.
Just to get it here.
Just to get it here.
Yeah. So imagine, you know, I look at a cigar that's sold for $1.50, and I have no idea how they do it.
Right.
Because, you know, 42.6 cents. And then you double that, you know, you keystone it to make the money. So now you're at $1. So that means the cigar costs 25 cents. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know.
I haven't figured out that monster. There's clearly something going on that I'm not smart enough to figure out.
And we'll try to figure that out for you somehow.
Yeah,
I would appreciate that. I always say I change the number as time goes on, but I know about 50% of what I need to know to be a brand owner. I learn new stuff almost every day. There's centuries of cigar culture, cigar knowledge, and I don't know it all. I don't know enough. But it's a great journey, kind of a journey of education for me.
Right.
Absolutely.
But you said you had a girlfriend who smokes cigars. Can't you give her the paperwork?
How about the guy that smokes your cigars? I'll do that too. I'm good with spreadsheets.
Yeah. She's pretty busy doing police work. So she's,
okay.
Odd schedules, 13.5-hour shifts. She got a lot going on.
Yeah, that's too much.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Frank, let me show some of the other stuff for the first prizes tonight, folks.
Yeah.
This is a brand new nub ashtray.
Very nice.
Nice.
All right. And that's going to be coming in this box here. And also from one of our sponsors, you're going to have a nice hat, Dumbarton hat here.
Very nice. There you go.
So we'll have these before we get to the big prize tonight, guys.
Perfect.
What's in the background? What is that? A broken organ playing there?
That's Kyle playing some bad music.
Wow. That organ needs a tune-up.
If you're hearing an organ, Bob, you need to get your ears checked.
All I heard was it sounded like Phantom of the Opera.
So I'll steal a question that our good follower Billy usually likes to ask, and this one goes to Greg. Past or present, who would you love to smoke a cigar with?
Oh,
that should have been a huge question.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn it political because it's been my answer before when I've been asked, but I'd like to smoke a cigar with John F. Kennedy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one. Nice choice.
Cubans.
He's got all the
Cuban cigars.
He's got all the best cigars, and he's surrounded by beautiful women. Some of them are his wife, some of them are not his wife. I just think that
it couldn't be Marilyn you're talking about, right?
No. That's not a real story, Bob.
That was all conspiracy theory.
Yes, of course.
Ask Joe DiMaggio that question.
Yeah, she was one of many, I think. So I just think I think he was a brilliant mind that was taken away too soon.
Yes.
Way too soon. Yep.
I mean, anyone that's smart enough to bring in 50,000 Cuban cigars before he bans them, that's a pretty brilliant guy.
He can definitely see the future.
It must have been enough, chick, man. Yeah, bring a plane full in
to the White House.
If that wasn't enough, you just postpone the embargo.
It is funny on how when people are asked that question, not just with cigars, but who would you want to have dinner with?
Right.
One person, and his name always comes up.
That's true.
Always.
It's true. It's true.
Personally, Winston Churchill. I would have loved his thought process.
I say God. I mean, he invented the leaf.
Well, Winston Churchill was God at one point.
You taking that from Adam or Eve?
Neither one. I want God himself.
He's the OG.
That's it.
There it is.
Absolutely. I've got some questions to ask. And this is a part of the show that we like to call my little trivia section. And it used to be Stump the Chooch when the Chooch used to be our mascot.
But he died.
No, he was sent.
No, he retired, Bob.
He retired. I mean, listen.
He's out to the pasture.
He's protecting the herd from wolves.
Yes, he is. But this is what happened to him. This is how his demise happened. All right. So here we go. I have some great questions tonight. You know why? Because I figured we were tossing the bull around.
We do a lot of that. A little bit of bull. A lot of that.
We were tossing a lot of bulls around.
Almost stepped in some.
Yeah. Yep. So here's a question for you, Bob. Are bulls colorblind?
That's a great
they
question.
see red.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's a color.
Red.
They see
Interesting.
red.
They see red. Here we go. Bulls are red-green colorblind.
There you go.
Yeah, that means they don't see it. Huh? They don't see red.
So why they go after the red?
So pissed. They have a red. So a red cape to a bull looks more like a dull yellowish gray.
So the bull is not Republican then.
No, the bull is neutral. The bull is neutral. That's the way the bull is. That's the way the whole country should be. Neutral.
Sammy the bull.
Yeah.
Sammy the bull. So why does it attack red all the time?
Because it moves. It just sees a moving target. That's all.
Yeah, because after all, they stick him with all sorts of shit. He's going to go after you.
Spears.
Terrible sport. Terrible sport.
Okay.
Well, it is what it is. You know. So speaking of bulls, and we're running with the bulls, right?
Running with the bulls.
Running with the bulls.
I don't like that either.
What colors do the people who are running with the bulls wear?
White
with
with red.
That's right.
Red
Red
sash.
with red sash.
Red sash.
And I don't know why, because they don't see red.
Well, nobody's informed them that they were colorblind for red.
So these Spaniards have been dumb all these years, huh? I mean, wow.
Somebody should have informed them. Yeah, I mean, geez.
All right, okay.
Now, someone here at Margaritaville did run with the bulls, and we were told by them.
That's the guy who walks with a limp.
Do not run around the corner. For some reason, you need to run in a straight line.
Because they're good at zigzagging.
They will get you
in the corner.
In the corner, yeah.
Which in Margaritaville, the alligators, when they go after you, run into zigzag.
And they don't care what color you are.
I only have a three-legged one by me. He can't run that fast.
So, you know, this is a lot of bull stuff to learn about. Just, you know.
It's a whole lot of bull.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of bull. But I want to ask, so what is a bull's perspective as far as their degrees that they can see? And what like not 90 degrees of perception, 100 or one.
Oh, I can tell you right now. That's female right in front of them.
That's 1 degree. 1 degree.
It's 1 degree.
They only see what's in front of them. No,
I'm going to go 270.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Wow.
They have a range of sight that's 300 degrees.
Wow.
Almost, yes, 300 degrees.
So they can see behind themselves.
Yeah. Almost.
Wow.
That's why it's hard to get away from them.
Wow.
Almost like an eagle.
Eagle.
Greg, I got a question.
And if they turn their head, they've got 360 because their eyes are right on the sides of their head. So if they just turn their head slightly, now they're looking at the rider.
Yeah.
I mean, they know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary.
Let me ask you this, Greg. Is it true that what they say, do they tie their nutsack really tight to make them jump?
No, not exactly.
I would jump.
Let's get, he jumped.
Tied in a row.
Is that a myth, or is it just?
No, I
It's
think
a
when
myth.
it's tight, you gotta release.
They call it a tickler. So the can I
Not the
can I
French
use curse,
one, right?
Can I use curse words? I mean, because a bull.
Go for it.
All right, a bull penis is about 3 feet long.
Oh,
wow!
So it's very small, like really skinny.
Pencil.
So but it's far in front. The place it comes out of is about 1.5 feet in front of the balls. But if you tie a strap in front of the balls, you're actually grabbing that bull penis, and it doesn't like it.
Right. Okay.
I know we wouldn't like it.
No, that's why Bob's was never a bull.
I'm moving to Texas now.
Don't get in front of those bulls
with a yardstick.
Wow.
So great Christmas gifts. You can actually buy canes made out of bull penis.
So
Wow.
Is that on Amazon?
Do they
Can I get
sell?
that on Amazon?
Do they sell penis as like dog treats?
Yeah.
Dog treats?
Yes.
They do, right?
They do. They're chew toys.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they call them.
You can buy them, and they're long. They're like 3 feet
You
long.
know that.
They're called bully
Because I love them.
sticks.
They're great.
Yes, they are. They're called bully sticks. Yeah.
Oh my God.
My dog loves them.
Wow.
They taste like a porterhouse.
Oh, Jesus.
As Johnny Carson would say, I did not know
Did
that.
not know that.
Hey, you know what? I don't care to know that. So next.
I'm going to
It's
check
amazing
my
what you find
canes.
out on this show.
Yeah, no, we're here to inform people of all things.
Yeah.
And some things that they may never want to know, but we tell them. The way it works here,
Wow.
Greg. It's the way it works.
So give us some more bullshit.
You guys are liking this.
Yeah,
Wow.
throw another one out there, Frankie.
He's lighting up another cigar.
All right.
Well, he's in his garage.
So bulls have a very keen sense of smell.
Bullshit.
You better.
How far
Oh boy.
Oh,
can they
Can they smell?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, if you keep eating those beans, he might be coming to Florida.
how far does the wind blow? Wow.
100 feet. I don't know.
50 feet.
It depends on wind direction, obviously.
Right.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
Right.
but I'll add to the fact. So on a dairy farm, dairy bulls are way more aggressive than beef bulls.
Right.
And so for the most part, you artificially inseminate dairy cows because you don't want the bulls to hurt the dairy cows because they're very expensive. So you'll put a bull in a pen next to the chute where the dairy cows come into the milking barn, and that bull can smell the ones that are in season. I would at least 300 feet away. So my guess is it's probably much farther than that because we're talking about a lot of cows coming through at the same time. So my guess is 750 to 1,000 feet, something like that.
So I'm gonna give you this.
So
I'm
in
gonna give you
season
this
means what,
in,
like
in kilometers because that's the way I research it.
Kilometers. What are we?
Kilometers. Come on, this is America.
We're on
What
the
are you
metric
in
system.
Europe?
Metrics is
Yeah.
Wow,
It's breezy here.
getting a little windy here. I don't know if everybody can hear that.
So 8 kilometers.
8 kilometers.
Which is what?
Wow, that's like 4 miles.
That's like 4 miles.
Wow.
4 miles.
holy
8
crap.
kilometers away.
You know what?
Ooh.
You're right, because when I'm in the land, holy shit, I can smell that.
Wow.
That's how far they can smell. That's pretty amazing.
No wonder that thing is 3 feet long.
That's almost as much as a shark. That's better than a shark.
You have to reach. When you have to reach your lady, you gotta be able to sniff her out from miles away.
So when you fart, you better run then.
Wow, wig.
Wow. Yeah. That's it. Well, I guess I
bullshit
should
question.
ask to the folks to see who wins that beautiful ashtray.
There you
and,
go.
Why not? Why not?
Can I get to my phone now?
No, you're not in it. You're not in it. That was bad music.
That was bad music. All right. This is going to change everybody's. It's going to blow people's mind because I'm changing on them. But I figured, I'm doing something a little kind of crazy here. What game board company releases its game today, November 5th, 1935?
Yeah.
What's the game, folks? I want to know the game.
Come on, that's easy, guys. Let's go.
35.
Monopoly?
Oh, Greg wins.
That's it.
Whoa.
Well, that was for the audience, but that's okay.
I don't win. No, let's
Everybody jumped on that one.
Give it.
Gets the nub ashtray.
I don't want the ashtray. Let's give it to, I think, Anthony or Chad.
Hold on, let's see who we got. Hold on, we got Mattel.
Anthony had it first, spelled correctly first too. Or no, not Chris. It was Anthony.
Chad had Monopoly. Anthony had Monopoly. Chris had Monopoly.
So Chad misspelled it, but Anthony spelled it correctly. Yeah.
Right, so we got to go with Anthony because he spelled it correctly.
Spelling. Okay, we went with the spelling.
What company
Anthony
was that?
Malilli, my buddy from Wilmington.
Oh, look at that.
What is this, Wheel of Fortune if you don't get it right?
Listen,
what
spelling
company
does
made
matter.
He had the right idea.
Okay, here
Was
you go. Now, what company?
What company made it?
I got the answer, but I'm not going to say it.
What company, folks?
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Like 5-cent poker.
What company made the Monopoly board game? We got Parker Brothers, Eduardo Texador. Ronnie, we're going to have 2 winners of that stuff.
Parker
What do we got?
Brothers.
Cut that ashtray in half.
Cut the ashtray in half and
There
cut
you
the
go.
hat in
Just
half.
break it in half.
Yeah.
You know what? Because they're both listeners and full-time listeners, I tell you what, we'll do both for Anthony and who was the other one? Eduardo. All right. So I'm going to do that because that's the way we are. So Anthony and Eduardo is going to both get a ashtray and a hat from Dumbarton. How's that? Is that fair enough, guys?
Fair.
And the game Monopoly.
And you get the game.
No, you only get the shoe.
You
The shoe.
Not the hat.
My question is, Greg, what we need to do now is we need to all go to Parker Brothers, their website, and say we want a bull on one of the little dies. I want a bull. I don't want the little dog anymore. Give me the bull.
I heard they replaced the race car.
They did?
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Somebody told me they replaced that race car.
I had
now.
Donald Trump on my dash.
Well,
On the dashboard.
as a bobblehead.
Yes.
Anthony, send me your address, buddy.
Oh gosh! And now it's time for the big prize.
The big
Oh,
one.
so-
Yes.
Big
Oh,
one.
there's a big one.
All right.
Kyle is the man with
Spin the wheel, Kyle.
spinning the wheel.
Oh, everybody got your hashtag in?
Make sure you
Everybody?
get the hashtag, folks.
This is it. Your final chance. I'm going to give you
You
10
gotta be
seconds
here.
to write it up.
You
You
got
gotta be here. You
Yeah.
gotta be here.
So there it is. Smoke strong, live free hashtag. Get it in. We're gonna count it down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
177. That's
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're spinning the wheel here.
The wheel is
Spin
spinning.
that wheel.
Make sure you get me your address, guys, so I can get it over to Greg.
See a lot of familiar names.
Yeah, but some of those names are here, and they can't win.
Ryan Joyner.
Oh.
Brian Joyner, there you go.
Are you here,
Big,
Brian?
Big Fella Cigar Lounge.
Teresa, we
Was
can
that
hear
Teresa?
you.
Was that
Teresa.
We
Teresa?
can hear you. Of course, she wants to make sure you know what's going on. She
Wow.
hears everything.
She hears everything.
Come on,
Brian Joyner, are you here, buddy?
you
got-
got to respond.
9, 8,
Eight.
Hey,
7.
There he is.
Hey, Brian.
hi, hey.
All right.
Everybody, if you
There
get
you
a
go.
chance, you got to visit Big Fella Cigar and Mobile Lounge, man. It's a great place. It's like stepping into speakeasy, man. Definitely. Congrats, Brian. Congrats, Anthony. Congrats, Eduardo, for all our 3 winners tonight. And Greg, what can you say? Thank you so much for the prizes. Thanks for the smokes.
Yes.
Thanks for coming
Thank
on
you for your
board
time.
tonight.
Yeah, it was
And
fun.
we
Lot of
look
fun.
forward to hopefully seeing you at the DR or real soon after that, buddy.
Yeah, listen, great hanging out with you guys. Love seeing you at the big shows and even the small shows. If you can have the winner of my prize also send their shirt size, I'm going to throw a shirt in that
nice.
box too.
Nice,
Oh,
Brian.
nice.
Okay.
I mean,
Brian,
I'm a
Brian go for a 3X, I think.
Brian, I think, is an extra small.
We're not talking about short size. We're talking about shirts.
Hey, Greg, I just want to also invite you to keep the first week of May open for the Chicago International Pipe Show. We're going to have a section called the Cigar Emporium. I hope you can make it. Put it in your books because I'm going to send you an invite for that, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was what a great time. This is probably the funnest show I've been on in a long time. I mean,
there's a lot of bullshit going on in this show, but you know, it is what it is. We love the bull.
I think alcohol should be like everyone should start drinking an hour before I come on the show because it's a lot of fun.
And you were a real fun guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Mushroom.
So, by the way, that for the Brian the shirt, it's going to be a 3X, like I called it. I kind of know the guy.
Yes.
So,
He's a
he's
big
a big
guy.
man.
He might actually get a jacket because
Oh,
yeah.
I might get one.
Yeah.
Wow,
Don't get him
no
anything.
way.
Listen, Greg,
2X,
these guys
2X
don't
for
deserve a
jacket.
thing. All I can tell you is you had to put up with their bullshit. That's enough.
Has it got a bull on the back?
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
it's a really nice jacket, and for some reason I picked up some in 3X and 4X.
Wow.
And,
Well, I'm going to have to start eating.
I'll take a 3X. I think I can fit into that.
so
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's going to get a good prize, and thanks for the people that showed up for the show, and obviously people are going to watch this after, and I just had a great time. It's always good to hang out with fellow brothers of the Leaf. I wish you had some girls on the show, but I'll deal with.
I got Teresa. She's over there.
Teresa, she's in the back. You heard a female voice.
Chris just came out.
I
so-
tried the bullpen. It's the bullpen. And fuck Kenny.
He just came out.
He's actually in transition right now.
Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy.
Christina.
No, I'm a Trump supporter. So. Sorry.
Don't bend over, Kenny. So anyway, guys, thank you again for all you guys out there, you viewers. We can't thank you enough for all your support. And have a great week. And everybody, we'll see you next week right here. But also, we will be happening a special event. This was it Saturday, right?
Yes. Saturday at the Barn Smoker.
Yeah,
correct?
Well, yeah, we'll be around. We won't be. Obviously, we can't do anything live from there because there's no signal at all.
But we'll be there.
Oh yes,
We'll be there. That's
Yeah,
all
we'll
that
be doing Instagrams and stuff like that. And
that's the
do what
lie.
we
Bob will
can.
be there, but maybe if he wakes up. That time.
late. I can get to there.
He'll be walking around those fields with all bullshit.
I'll see you 5 characters on Thursday. So everybody have a great one, man. I can't wait to come. I'm going to bring the shit weather down to you too, just to let you know.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Stay home if that's the case.
Bullshit weather.
Love you.
Night,
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Great. Thank you so much, my man.
Thank you.
Talk to
Thank
you real
you.
soon.
Thank you.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful.
Johnson.
Hey, what's going on, guys?